Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling like you just handed someone the knife they will eventually use to stab you? It's a sinking feeling in your gut, the realization that you said too much, trusted too quickly, and showed your hand before the game even started. Why do we do this? Why do we mistake silence for weakness when in reality it is the loudest weapon in the room? Welcome back to INVICTUS X. From the moment we enter the school system, we are programmed with a dangerous lie. We are told that the intelligent man is the one who speaks up, that the confident woman is the one who is always the center of attention. We are taught to broadcast our lives, to narrate our every move, and to seek validation through noise. But there is an uncomfortable truth that the modern world tries to hide from you. A code that the elite have used for centuries to maintain their power. The strong do not win because they say more. They win because they say less. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king who ruled the greatest empire on earth, didn't write his meditations for an audience. He wrote them for himself, in silence. He believed that the soul becomes stronger when it learns to remain quiet in the face of what it cannot control. But let's be honest, how many times have you violated this law? How many times have you shared a brilliant new business idea with a friend only to watch their eyes glaze over with a mix of boredom and subtle jealousy? How many times have you poured your heart out about a struggle only to realize that the person listening was gathering ammunition, not offering empathy? This isn't just bad luck. It is a violation of the rule of the three silences. Today, we are going to break down a code as old as the Stoics, but as relevant as your notification feed. We aren't just going to talk about being quiet. We are going to talk about weaponizing silence to protect your future, your dignity, and your leverage. By the end of this video, you won't just understand why you need to shut up. You will understand how silence can build the empire you've been dreaming of. Before we unveil the first silence, we need to understand the mechanics of why this works. Seneca, one of the wealthiest and wisest men of Rome, argued that human misery largely stems from the inability to sit quietly in a room alone. We have a compulsion to prove ourselves, but Epictetus gave us a warning that still rings true 2,000 years later. Words are arrows. Once released, they do not return. Mahatma Gandhi, though not a Roman Stoic, echoed this universal truth when he said, "Speak only if it improves upon the silence." Think about that. Does your comment improve the silence, or does it just pollute the air? Let me tell you a story about a man we'll call Julian. Julian was talented. He was on the verge of a promotion that would change his family's life. He was so excited that during a casual lunch with colleagues, he laid out his entire strategy for the new role. He talked about the gaps in the company, the fixes he would implement, and the vision he had. He thought he was bonding. He thought he was showing competence. 2 days later, a colleague who had been silent at that lunch pitched Julian's exact ideas to upper management. Julian didn't lose the promotion because he was incompetent. He lost it because he leaked his own value. He gave away the gold for free because he couldn't handle the silence. This brings us to the first and perhaps most critical tier of the code. Silence 1. The silence of progress. This is the hardest silence to master. When you decide to turn your life around, whether it's hitting the gym, starting a business, or quitting an addiction, your brain screams for a dopamine hit. It wants the reward before the work is done. You want to post the day one photo. You want to tell your family, "I'm finally going to do it." But here is the psychological trap. The moment you announce your plans, your brain releases a chemical reward similar to actually achieving the goal. You trick yourself into feeling successful without having done the heavy lifting. Furthermore, reality is brutal. People may tolerate your suffering, but they often struggle with your ascent. It's human nature.
When you speak about your failures, people feel superior or sympathetic. But when you speak about your rise, you hold up a mirror to their stagnation. Imagine you are planting a seed. If you dig it up every day to show people, look, it's growing, you kill the roots. Real progress is underground. It is dark, it is lonely, and it is silent. I remember when I started my first major venture, I made the mistake of telling my circle. The feedback wasn't hateful, but it was corrosive. Are you sure that's wise in this economy? My cousin tried that and failed. Maybe play it safe. These tiny comments are like sand in the gears of your mind. They create doubt where there was once conviction. If you are building something, let the results be the announcement. Let them see the new car, the better physique, the calm demeanor, and let them wonder how it happened. Mystery creates attraction. Oversharing creates repulsion.
Silence number 2. The silence of anger. If the first silence protects your dreams, this silence protects your soul. We live in a reactive world. Someone cuts you off in traffic? Scream. Someone leaves a nasty comment? Type a furious paragraph. A partner disrespects you? Explode. But here is the code of the strong. Reaction is submission. When someone provokes you, they are essentially pulling a puppet string. If you explode, you are dancing to their tune. You are showing them exactly where your buttons are. You are revealing your emotional coordinates. Let's look at a scenario. Imagine you are in a boardroom, or perhaps a family dinner. Someone takes a jab at you, a subtle insult wrapped in a joke. The room goes quiet. Your heart rate spikes. Your instinct is to snap back, to defend, to argue. But what happens if you do nothing? What happens if you look them in the eyes, hold the gaze for 3 seconds, and remain completely silent? You flip the script. In that silence, they become the uncomfortable one. They start to wonder, did he hear me? Does he not care? Is he planning something? You strip their words of power. Epictetus taught that no one can hurt you without your consent. The silence of anger isn't about being a doormat, it's about being a fortress. There was a time in my own life when I was accused of something I didn't do. My ego wanted to scream, to print out evidence, to drag people into the light. But I realized that the person accusing me wanted a fight. They wanted the chaos to mask their own incompetence. So I gave them silence. I did my work. I remained professional. Within a month, their lies collapsed under the weight of their own inconsistency. Because I didn't add noise to the situation, their chaos was the only thing visible. I won not by fighting, but by letting them defeat themselves.
Silence 3. The silence of truth. This is the black belt level of Stoicism. This is the silence of the strategist. The silence of truth is what you do when you know the cards everyone else is holding, but you don't show yours. It is when you discover that a friend has betrayed you, or a partner is lying, or a business associate is stealing. The immature person confronts immediately. I know what you did. They blow up the bridge while they are still standing on it. The master, however, observes. Information is the most valuable currency in the world. When you reveal that you know the truth, you lose your advantage. The person who wronged you will immediately put up defenses, create alibis, or gaslight you. But if you know the truth and stay silent, you can watch them. You can see how far they will go. You can understand their patterns. Truth is a weapon. You don't fire it until you have a clear shot. I once discovered a business partner was funneling clients to his own side hustle. Every fiber of my being wanted to storm into his office. Instead, I waited. For 3 weeks, I gathered data. I secured my relationships with the clients. I legally protected my assets. I smiled and shook his hand while he lied to my face. Because I was silent, he got careless. He thought I was blind, so he stole more, leaving a clearer trail. When I finally made my move, it wasn't an argument. It was checkmate. It was over in 10 minutes. If I had spoken the moment I felt the anger, I would have lost everything. Silence gave me the time to prepare the victory.
The rule of the 3 silences is not just a technique, it is a transformation of character. Silence of progress shields your potential from the evil eye of mediocrity. Silence of anger makes you unshakable and protects your dignity from those who wish to drag you down to their level. Silence of truth gives you the strategic upper hand, turning you into a grand master in a world of checkers players. Those who say everything lose everything. Those who stay silent observe. Those who observe understand. And those who understand, they rule. This is the way of INVICTUS X. I want you to try something this week. Pick one of these silences. Maybe it's keeping that new project to yourself. Maybe it's taking a breath when your spouse irritates you. Maybe it's holding on to a truth until the right moment. Test it. Feel the power that accumulates when you don't open the valve of your mouth. If this message resonated with you, I want to hear from you, but only if it's purposeful. Drop a comment below telling me which of the 3 silences you struggle with the most: progress, anger, or truth. Let's hold each other accountable in the comments section. Don't forget to like this video to help spread this message to the men and women who need it, and subscribe to INVICTUS X for your daily dose of power, wisdom, and strategy. Stay strong, stay silent, and let your success make the noise.